What's up guys, it's Avery here. I closed on a property on April 11th and I plan on using this as a short-term rental property while I'm not using it because I do plan to occupy it some period of the time because I did a second home loan, which means you have to occupy the property for a period of time because that's how the loan works. And that is what I plan to do because I do not condone mortgage fraud, nor do I think anybody should be doing that kind of thing. But other than that, I have closed on the property. It is a property that needed some renovation, so I'm going to go over some of the before photos, the plans to be done, as well as a little bit of footage because I took some, but I am really bad when I go into a property and I'm trying to get things done, be very organized and thinking about filming. I really just want to get things done and get them going. So hopefully I can film a little bit more when I go visit the place once in a while because I want to show you guys the process and how things are going. And before I get into it, I'm not going to go over numbers on what I expect the cash flow to be at the specific property. I'll go over some mortgage numbers and what I purchased it for, as well as, like I said, the plans for renovations. And also it'd be really cool if you're interested in this kind of thing, if you could go ahead, go down below and hit that like button to help me for that YouTube algorithm. So first things first, while I'm a small little guy in the corner here and we're staring at a nice photo of the red walls and the old owner's furniture, I bought this property for $405,000 and it is in Pinehurst, North Carolina, which is a massive golf area. It's a very cool area with lots of golf and a lot of US Opens are being played there, which is why I find it to be a good area for a short-term rental. And typically I've only bought long-term rental properties before, but I just wanted to try my hand at a short-term rental property. Plus I had this option of a 10% down second home loan available. So I thought might as well give it a try and put my money to work in real estate, which I like my money to do. So with that $405,000 purchase price, I put 10% down or $40,500. Plus, I got a $5,000 seller credit, which I was able to negotiate after doing the inspection, and that enabled me to pay a little bit less closing costs, but second home loans have a much higher closing cost amount than an owner-occupied property. Actually, recently there were a lot of changes where it was very similar to an investment property, so the total closing costs were around $19,000, and so I minus $5,000 from that, so it was roughly $14,000 on top of the down payment in order to just acquire this property. And I was able to close at a 4.125% interest rate. Now that's not as low as it might have been if I bought 6 months ago, but it's definitely a lot lower than if I closed a month later than I did. And as far as the property goes, it's a single family house and it is a 3-bed, 2-bath property that I plan on doing some decent renovations on, pretty much painting, flooring, as well as both bathrooms. All right, now back to the photos, we'll take a look. This is the very first one here. We have a lot of red going on, and this is going to be a very common theme throughout the property. The old owner definitely liked red stuff. Here's another photo. You even have more red around the ceilings, which it could have looked good at one point, and if you're a big fan of this red or burgundy color, definitely could be cool. See even more here, and you can see a little bit of the kitchen. And I did mention that I was doing full-on painting and both bathrooms as well as the floor. So these tiles over here are going to get ripped out, as well as you'll see some fun red carpet. And I'm paying someone else to do all of that stuff. But in terms of the kitchen renovation, it's actually going to be very small. I'm just going to do some appliances, as well as I've already done a backsplash. I did it this past weekend. And that's pretty much just going to be it. Some small stuff and really spruce up that kitchen area. And so you can see here, we already have this awesome red carpet and that has actually been ripped out. And I'll show a video of that at the end. I took a little Instagram story, so I'm trying to just document a little bit more about some of the stuff that's going on. And I didn't rip out any of that stuff, but all of these tiles down here, as well as this red carpet, is already gone. And it's gonna be a really nice LVP oak floor that I'm very excited about. It's gonna look very good, and I'll definitely document that process, especially when it goes in, it'll start looking nicer. As far as the paint as well, you can see these walls, they do look pretty nice and white, but when you're actually there in person, they're pretty greasy, kind of gross, and it doesn't smell all that great. It's not a very old house, built in the mid-1990s, but I think the people who recently lived there for roughly the last 8 or 9 years did not do a fantastic job at maintaining it. I think they probably just moved in, never really cleaned that much, so it's a little bit smelly, pretty greasy on the walls, as well as where they had a lot of furniture. There's a bunch of black marks, but photos really don't show that kind of thing, which is why when I was there, I thought I really should just get it painted so it smells clean and fresh and also looks clean and fresh. Here's another view of the living room, and you can see off of the living room, there's this pretty sweet deck with a nice view, and it has a golf course on it. Like I said, Pinehurst is a really cool area for a lot of golf and a great place that a lot of people like to go to, which is why there are many US Opens there, and many people like to go here for either weddings, They do a weekend golf trip, or as well as they have a bunch of tournaments for younger children, basically kids who are up throughout high school, elementary school playing golf. So there'll be a lot of people interested in wanting to stay here when I'm not using it. And here's me signing away some checks because I had to give the seller some money while I was there checking it over. Like I said, pretty simple here. Going to put in new appliances. The cabinetry is pretty nice. The countertop is laminate, but it's fine. And I actually already spent this weekend, me and I put in a nice new backsplash. Here I am again, same thing. All of these floor tiles are going to go away, and it's going to be the same flooring throughout the entire house. Pretty similar here too. You can see those same floor tiles. Those will also be gone. Laundry room, I'm not going to touch. Maybe eventually I'll get some new washers and dryers, but right now they're working fine, so no real point. Similar thing in the hallway. You can see more red carpet. As you get over to the actual living area in the bedrooms, it is all red carpet, and that has actually all been just completely torn up, which is awesome. And here's a really nice photo of the living room as a whole. You can see how beautiful this space actually is. It's just the red carpet that doesn't do it justice. It also has massive vaulted ceilings. They're really tall, and this is definitely the nicest house I've ever purchased. I would much rather live here than the house that I currently live in. And here is the very first bathroom, the guest bathroom. So we have some almond vanity countertops, some teal walls, as well as pretty dirty tiles. And again, in photos, it always makes it look better than it is. This is why it's important to, if you're trying to buy a property remotely or trying to actually just buy a property in general, that when you go see it, you can know that photos make things a lot better than they might actually look. It does not look that good. These have already actually been ripped out, but it was honestly very disgusting, really dirty. Probably had never been cleaned the entire time in the last 8, 9, 10 years. And here's one of the bedrooms. They look all pretty similar, this red carpet, as well as what looks like white walls on photos, but they definitely aren't white in real life. A lot of dirt, grime, and a fresh coat of white paint will make it look a lot nicer. Same thing, this is one of the other bedrooms. Pretty decent sized bedrooms. I think one is 13 by 12 feet, the other is 11 by 10, or maybe 11 by 12. So not too small, pretty decent size, as well as they have pretty big windows that let in a lot of natural light. Some more of the same photos. As you can see, this is the master bedroom. The people were pretty much the end of moving out, so they had pretty bare furniture when we took these photos. Pretty similar again, red carpet, kind of coming apart. It's already been ripped apart, as well as the same white walls. And you can see up here too, they even have these cool vaulted ceilings, or actually I'm not sure they're called vaulted ceilings, but something interesting that just adds some cool character depth to the ceiling. Definitely very tall ceilings and a cool home in general. Once all of that red is gone, it will look very, very nice, as well as maybe a different light fixture up here. Still a fan because it gets really, really hot in North Carolina, but probably something different than that older looking one that's probably been there since the beginning of the home. And here is the master bathroom. This has also been ripped apart, and I'll show it in some photos, but it is almondy colored. These green tiles that, again, they don't look that bad in this photo, but in real life they were pretty disgusting. But this is pretty similar of a lot of the homes in the area where they have a bench and then a tub off to the side, and pretty much what's going to go in there. I'll actually talk about it when I have the bare photos of the bathroom that I'll show up on the screen. So similar thing here, this vanity doesn't look that bad in real life, but almond, it was pretty gross, dirty, and disgusting. And kind of the rest of the house was similar to that, where it was just kind of off color and they probably hadn't done any type of cleaning. So here's the other view with the shower and the bathtub. Again, this is all completely ripped out, and I will show it once I get there. And then the favorite part of the house, for me at least, is this back deck. It's very, very nice. Going to put some sectional furniture out there. Probably a fire pit. Probably not going to do a grill because I think that's probably just going to get dirty and gross and people aren't going to take care of it. So I'd rather do the fire pit as a little bit of a selling feature, and it's rated for a wood deck, the one that I have already. And right now it doesn't really work at the place that we live in, so I'm just going to put it here. Don't have to buy that, can just move some furniture from here to there. And currently I live about an hour and 15 minutes away from the house, so it's not that close, but it's close enough where I can spend a weekend there and it's not really that far away. Here is the backsplash. As you can recall, there were these white appliances, looks pretty similar. Hasn't been painted or anything like that yet, but threw up a quick backsplash this past weekend. Took out also the microwave, which was super greasy and disgusting. Nicely got that all over my hands. And there's no running water at the property right now because they just capped all of the lines. Actually not capped the lines, they cut all of the water lines and the vanities, toilets, everything like that. but they haven't capped the line, so I couldn't turn on the water to actually mix anything. So I had to buy some jugs of water at the grocery store so I could use my tile saw as well as mix the tile adhesive. But actually, as you can see, maybe you followed me on Instagram, these are the same bathroom tiles that are the same tiles that I used to renovate my bathroom that's right next door from the YouTube studio that I'm currently sitting in. So I was able to use those, and it was a pretty inexpensive project and got it done in a day. Still have to grout it, but it was pretty fast putting those up. Here's another view of it. It just looks pretty nice now, getting rid of all the things going on. And also these tiles match that marble fireplace, so I'm a big fan of it. And so here's that very first bathroom that I showed, the smaller guest bathroom, the vanities out, as well as all of the other things, ripped everything up. In here is just gonna go a tub and surround. So just a white surround, it's not gonna be tiled or anything. They just put that right back in, gonna be a simple one. And then the tiles will be the same in both bathrooms. Gonna do those hexagonal tiles. Same thing that I've had in my bathroom before. Pretty simple, nice looking stuff. And it's gonna also get painted. New vanity, new light, simple stuff. And it's all gonna be black finishes for all of the fixtures. So it's just gonna be clean, simple, not overly expensive, but it's going to look quite nice. And here's that master bathroom. You can see it looks really big with the ceilings the way they are and everything taken out. And so on the left here will be a curbed shower. So planning on doing a cool curbed shower, as well as have this, I'll put it up on the screen, but this glass door that kind of opens at the corner that you can step in and out. It's a cool little thing, have ordered that. Right now it's very difficult to order materials, probably the most difficult it's ever been for any property that I've done, even more difficult than it was last year. Everyone wants everything. It's definitely making things slow down. The crew is really fast. I closed on the property on Monday. They did this demo on Wednesday and Thursday, and they're already getting on putting the bathroom back together. So they're very fast, much faster than I could do it on my own, but obviously I had to pay them to do that kind of stuff. And that is pretty much going to be all of the renovations that are happening. Not going to talk about all of the numbers in terms of cash flow and stuff like this in this video, and I will keep making updates as things go along. If you guys like that video, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more real estate investing content, and tap the notification bell so you get notified when I make more videos like these, and hit that like button because I would really like you if you do. And if you like me here, don't forget to check me out on TikTok as well as Instagram, where I make a lot of similar videos but in short form. So thanks again for watching, and more wealth is coming your way.